Hi everyone, this is Dr. Lin of Rehab and Physical Therapy. Welcome to our session today. We're going to actually talk about how to get the hips and the back and all that in a better place. A lot of it is actually driven by the hamstring. Hamstring is such an important muscle. I think it's been bastardized through our fitness and health and wellness communities. I actually think it needs to be tightened instead of stretched all the time. You can watch our nerve video. I'll link that below. But definitely watch this video very carefully. So how we're going to start this hip setting exercise is actually, you can imagine the sum of both legs. So this would be 100%. I would say right now my back leg has about 80% and my front leg has about 20%. I like using percentages as a way to gauge ourselves. I think most people can follow along. And so what we're going to see is, do I have tension in this hamstring? No tension in the quads. Most people want to use the quads as a default. I think it's dysfunctional and I think it's out of the timing, out of the sequence. So what happens here is then, what we want to do is, I should be able to drive in. What has to happen is, you're not allowed to step up until you reach 100%. What 100% looks like, we'll get to in a little bit. But what you should be doing is driving down. Think of the rocket itself. I tell people is, in order to propel, you have to have propulsion from the back. Why would you have propulsion from the front? So that's just a thought process. You want to be able to drive that down. Very important. So as I continue to go on, I can keep maintaining this tension, very low tension in the quads. Of course, you're going to have to, you can't fully isolate the quads, but feel that tension driving down. What you should notice is in your glutes or your hip joint is actually going down, and that keeps it nice and secure. And that's what we want to do, is to continue that. So once you get that, you can see I'm slowly calibrating. I'm about 50%, 60%, 70%, 80%. 90% is right when I'm on my tiptoes. You might shake. And if you lose the engagement, that's where you stop. So if you're losing the engagement here at 60%, guess what? You got to hold on to it. Another way to do it is using a strap or a belt or a towel, is pull up with your arm. And that's how I started training ourselves. This is how I start training the patients to think about it, is just drive that down and hold it till the shakiness stops. What we're trying to do is reprogram our brain to start using the hamstring first. I believe this muscle is so important in keeping our health, keeping us upright, and keeping us out of pain. So what happens here is, then what we're going to do is we're going to go through here, and then if you're at 100%, 100% and 90% aren't that much different, all you're going to do is tip over, and then you can get yourself up. There's no weird side to side stuff, there's no shaking, but you should be able to hold it at every frame and come back down in every frame. That's how you know you're using the hamstring and you're keeping yourself stable. So very important muscle. I think it locks our hip in the right place, and this is the way to do it. Think these percentages and then really get down and get the hamstring stabilized. So there you have it. That's the hip setting exercise. It's great exercise, gets us out of pain. Very strong emphasis on the hamstring, not the glutes, not the quads, but make sure you do it in this percentage way of thinking. So I think that's like the most important muscle in our body. I think it's actually even more important than the core. I'm Dr. Lin of Rehab and Physical Therapy. If you like what we're doing with this channel, please subscribe. We always have new stuff coming out. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at rehabandrevivemedia@gmail.com, and then leave a like, of course. So remember, we can and we will get better together. The correct way to do this exercise is make sure you are going to get a hip engagement, you get your hamstrings kicking in. Very important before your glutes. A lot of times,